Hey everyone, it is a new year, so I thought this would be a great time to update my Amazon travel must-haves and recommendations. Now, before I jump into all the product recommendations, I thought I would take a chance to introduce myself to those of you who are new and tell you what kind of traveler I am. Most importantly, I am not a minimalist. I guess you could say I'm a maximalist, or maybe just someone who likes to have contingencies and backup plans. Let's go with that. So I am not looking to pare things down or travel carry-on only. While there are times to do that, that's not me. And I should say that my preferred way of traveling is not on an airplane. If I can drive there, that's the way I'm going to go, even if I have to break it up over a few days. I have a very flexible work schedule that allows me to do that. And occasionally, maybe once or twice a year, we also like to cruise. And because I live in San Antonio, Texas, it's an easy 3-hour drive to Galveston, which is a huge cruise port. So I'm going to start with the category of tech. So let's talk about external batteries because those are key. I have two that I want to share with you. One is this guy, this little flat thing. And what I love about this is that you do not need any extra cords to charge it. It has a plug in the back. So to charge it, you just stick it in any wall outlet. And then the other part is you still don't need any other cords to charge. All along the edge are fold out plugs that fit a variety of phones and devices. iPhone, Apple devices, lightning chargers, USB-C, all the things. So this can charge multiple items at once and from several different brands. So this is very handy and it's not overly heavy. However, another one that I really like, but it does require another cord to charge it, is this little guy. And what I like about this is if you are on the go and all you're worried about is charging your iPhone, this little thing pops off on the top. There's a little bitty lightning adapter there and it just plugs into the base of your phone like so. It's already charging, I can hear it. And so it doesn't really take up a lot of room and it allows you to still use your phone while it's charging and you're cord free. I love this. This is one of the newest chargers that I've added to my collection. Once you're at your destination, whether it's a hotel room, somebody's guest room, or your cabin on a cruise ship, you're probably going to need something to charge all the things, some sort of multi-port charger. And based on my experience, even newer hotel rooms don't always have outlets that are conveniently placed by your bed. So I have been recommending this thing for years. I just bought another one. So I have to say I've been recommending this for years. It's one of my most best-selling recommended items. It has 3 outlets for a standard 3-prong plug, and then it has 2 standard USB ports, and then it has 2 standard USB ports. What's great about this is you can order the cord part in various lengths. So I already have one in the 15-foot length, which is fantastic and useful for most places that I've gone. But this time, I think this is 20 or 25 feet. It might even be longer than that. I ordered the longest option, and I'll tell you why. This is not a surge protector. It is just an extension cord with multiple outlets, and that is key if you want to bring this with you on a cruise ship. Cruise ships are fine with longer cords as long as it is not surge protected. And on top of that, especially if you're sailing on an older ship, they usually have 1 outlet in the whole main cabin. And so you're gonna maybe need a couple of these if you're like me and my husband, where each of you are plugged into your phones at night and you like to read in bed and so forth on your phone. These come in handy. Now, just a little aside, this is cruise specific. Most cruise cabins have 1 outlet, at least 1 outlet, somewhere in the vanity dressing area of the cabin, and then that is a standard US one. And then they're also gonna have a European plug. And I can't remember who I got this recommendation from. If I can remember, I'll put it here. But she recommended that you bring a European adapter. You might as well take advantage of that outlet on a cruise ship. Otherwise, it's just sitting there empty and outlets are at a premium already. So this is probably the most recommended European adapter. It has 1 standard 3-prong and then 2 USBs. There is a newer version of this that has more outlets, so I will link that as well. And then of course it plugs into, I think this is good for just Europe. They also have options for UK, Asia, so forth. So On that link, every country you can think of is listed. But for cruise ships in particular, you want the European one. Now, as far as connecting all your things, you're gonna need, always nice to have some extra long cords, again, in case you can't get that outlet right next to your bed. It's always good to have backup, so I always have a whole bunch of extra long charging cables for all my devices, and I'll talk about where I keep those in a second. And then specifically for my Apple Watch, I have this travel charging unit, and what's great about it is this part flips up and you can rest your watch on it, and then it also serves as an alarm clock or bedside clock that you can see on your nightstand. Because definitely cruise ships don't have alarm clocks, and many hotel rooms don't these days either, and I always like to know what time it is when I wake up in the middle of the night. I'm going to lump this into the tech category, but I would say a bonus recommendation. This is not a must-have, but like I've mentioned several times, I am a reader and I love to read on my iPad. But if you're traveling, more than likely you're going to be outside, whether you're sitting poolside, beachside, lakeside, in the mountains, whatever, and iPads just aren't great outside. The glare does not lend itself to easy reading, so I definitely recommend a Kindle. I finally upgraded mine. I had the really, really old, one of the more original ones. I upgraded, I think this one is the Oasis, and the reason I upgraded is because it is water resistant. Because like I said, most of the time if you're outside, you are near water, so it's good to be water resistant. And then at home, this is nice to bring with you. If you're taking a bath, you don't have to worry about this falling in the tub. It will still work. And I also want to recommend, because I've been utilizing this for a few years now, if you are a voracious reader, check out Kindle Unlimited. I think it's $10 a month, and you will never run out of books to read. It definitely pays for itself and then some, because I go through about a book or two a week, and so I get my costs covered there. There is a book for every genre, every topic, and I need to stress this video is not sponsored by Amazon, but I'm a big fan of spending a lot of money at Amazon because that's what I do. Okay, let's move on to some organizational recommendations. Let's start with how I corral all these cords and devices and a lot of other things as well. I've been recommending these for a while, and I just placed an order for more. It's a set of these flat zippered waterproof mesh pouches, and they come in all kinds of sizes. There's some that are much smaller than this. They're being utilized all over my house, and then really, really big ones. And don't let the flat part, that they're flat, kind of throw you off, because these suckers expand big time. These are great for holding travel documents. They'll keep them flat and waterproof, holding cords, you name it. You can utilize them for so many amazing things. You can even shove one of these in your purse, throw your phone in this in your beach bag. You don't have to worry about it getting wet. So they're super cheap. I think it's $17 for maybe 16 of them. It's a pretty good deal. If you're not a fan of all the rainbow colors, they come in just black as well. You can never have enough of these things, which is why I'm ordering a second set. So I am going to be 50 in a couple of months, and one thing I've noticed as I age that I take more daily medication. It's just the fun part of aging is you get to add to your daily pill intake, and I have to take pills 2 times a day. I think a lot of you do as well. This is half of the new daily pill organizer that I have, and it's really helpful to take on a vacation as well, as long as you don't need to travel somewhere where you have the original prescription bottle. This divvies up. It's actually 31 days. This is the first half of the month. There's a second case just like this that comes with it that's numbered 17 through 31 and then an extra slot. Very deep, holds a lot. Like I take fish oil supplements. These pills are not tiny. There's plenty of room. I could add a whole bunch of things. So I love this thing. Also, if you want to help you keep track of what day it is while you're on vacation, it's helpful to have the dates on there. So just wanted to add that. It's new to me. If you are bringing a lot of jewelry with you, I have to say I'm not a fan of the traditional kind of cube things. They're very small to me. I like to bring a lot of things. Necklaces, bracelets, all kinds of sizes of earrings, and those little cute boxes only work if you have little cute jewelry. So this, to me, is an ideal solution, and I've utilized this so many times. It is a zippered jewelry organizer. It has these sleeves for, whatever you want to do with it, and then they're open. It comes with these little clear plastic bags with sort of like a Ziploc top. You could just pop in your one set of earrings, a necklace, a bracelet, close the top, slide it into the sleeve. Your necklace won't get tangled. Your stuff is contained. And what I like is that it is easy to see your options. You just, flip the pages and then the whole thing zips shut. Now as you can see, there's masking tape. I was a little OCD. I was at a conference back in September where I had multiple outfits planned per day. And so I planned my outfits out and wrote on masking tape what accessories went with what outfit on what day. But that's if you really want to be uber organized to help corral things on your nightstand. I think this is a great idea. I just picked this up for myself. You're like, what is this? Well, this is great because it travels flat. It is a travel valet tray. And so when you get to your destination, you just do the little snaps. And then it's a place to throw maybe the rings that you wear at night that you take off. If you don't wear a chargeable watch, you can throw your watch in there. And then it's just a place to corral your items, maybe your hotel key card, your room card. I personally don't like to keep this out, but I do like to keep it in the drawer in my nightstand, and then everything is just contained easily there and tucked away out of sight instead of just rolling around loose in the nightstand drawer. So I love this. Comes in lots of other colors, tucks into anything, easy to travel with. Now let's get into the fun part, the travel bags and the luggage. As far as luggage goes, I have been recommending the iFly hard-sided luggage for years, and I still love it. But I recently, like in 2022, purchased the Amazon Essentials hard-sided spinner luggage set, and I am amazed. Even though they're technically the same size, I can fit more in the Amazon Essentials. I like the color options a little better. Some people are thrown by the Amazon branding. They don't want it there. They want it to look a little more elegant. I'm of the opinion that your stuff is probably less likely to be stolen if people think that you're cheap and that there's nothing of value in those bags and they'll leave your stuff alone. So that's how I'm considering it. But also I have nothing to prove with my luggage. I love it. I've used them on so many trips. We travel about once a month. They roll nicely. They nest inside each other. And I'm shocked at how much stuff I can cram into those suckers. So I definitely stand by the Amazon Essentials luggage set. I also want to mention again, I've shared this one before. This is a folding garment bag that turns into a duffel. It is a game changer for those of you with hanging clothing. This is amazing. You can fit all your hanging garments in the flat part of the bag, and then you zip it up and it turns into a duffel bag. So the whole middle part can be filled with anything that you would normally put in a carry-on bag, and it still has the luggage sleeve on the outside. It's just fantastic. I think it's suitable for anyone, but if you know any men in your life who are traveling with suits frequently, doing a lot of business trips, this is an ideal size for them. Now, the next few bags are inspired by two bags I own that are not from Amazon. These are not budget friendly, but I have not been able to dupe them either. So I want to share with you the not budget friendly items and then give a few similar suggestions. So what started me on this whole travel tote thing, I don't know, are the MZ Wallace bags. Now this exact one is the Max 2 tote, which they no longer make, but they make some that are incredibly similar. These bags to me are so unique because first of all, the material is so squishy and fun, but the lightest weight, like I don't even think this whole thing is a pound. It also can hold everything. It's like a Mary Poppins bag. You can just keep adding to it, adding to it, adding to it. And I also like that it has tons of organizational pockets, really nice soft strap for the shoulder, has a detachable crossbody strap, and also has this convertible large pocket / luggage sleeve because it opens on the bottom. So this was the thing that started it all off. Then recently I added to my collection and added this backpack. It's part of their Metro collection. It has a padded compartment for a laptop. I travel with my laptop pretty much every time I leave my house. And it has very similar features to the tote if you want a more hands-free experience, and it also has the luggage sleeve in the back. But I realized that the MZ Wallace range is probably not budget-friendly to most people, and so I wanted to give you a couple more ideas. There is a line of bags on Amazon called Bag Smart. They make my all-time favorite toiletry bag. I'll show you that in a minute. So I thought that would be a good place to look because they have all kinds of travel stuff. I saw this tote bag and I thought this might be great. I did just order it, so I've got the tag still on it. It's similar in that it looks like it's quilted. It's not that nylon-y water-resistant fabric. It does have a water-resistant bottom though, so that's nice. It does have outer pockets, which is great. It doesn't have the luggage sleeve. It has an outer pocket here, but no luggage sleeve. It also does not have the detachable crossbody strap. It does have a little yoga strap, like if you wanted to utilize this as a gym bag, but I think this is also great for rolling up a jacket if you get too hot, or if you bring a blanket with you, like a little, little blanket throw on a plane or something. It also has a lot of great compartments, and it is lined with water-resistant material, so there are a lot of pros. It doesn't tick every box, but it ticks a lot of boxes. Now then I found the duffel bag version, and this has a lot of the features that that tote bag has, but what I like about the tote is that once you get to your destination, you could use it as a tote bag, whereas this is clearly a duffel bag, and this can't pass as a large purse. It's just strictly a duffel bag. It does have the outside pockets on the side to store things. It does have a luggage sleeve. It has a detachable shoulder strap, a crossbody strap. It has pretty nice wide shoulder straps. Again, there are padded compartments and organizational pockets in here as well, and the bottom is water resistant. Like I said, it doesn't have the double duty as the MZ Wallace tote does. And then I found this guy. So this reminds me very much of the Longchamp Les Pliages bags that so many people recommend to keep in your suitcase as an extra tote, or it can double as a beach bag or pool bag because it folds up. And this one is the same thing. It even comes with a little card that shows you how to fold it back up. Obviously, I've unfolded it for the purposes of this demonstration. And it's very similar in concept to the Les Pliages. It's a hard one to say. Obviously, it's not exactly the same. I like that it's a similar kind of nylon, water-resistant material. I prefer this one, to be honest, because it has outside pockets. It's the one thing that makes me crazy about the Longchamp one. It has a couple of outside pockets. It also has one little interior slip pocket as well. So I think this one is super handy to have, and I would recommend this one over a Longchamp Les Pliages if you're looking for more functionality and less label. And then a bag I just purchased, it's not from Amazon, but it's very budget friendly. It's from Walmart, and I want to share it because I think it's super travel friendly, and it's also clearly inspired by MZ Wallace designs. It's this little crossbody. Now, to be fair, I took the strap that came with it off, and I added my own crossbody. I don't know if this one is still available. If it is, I'll link it. So obviously it has the detachable crossbody. It has that water-resistant quilted fabric, tons of pockets, which I love, a slip pocket that closes with a magnetic snap here, and then the inside has a bunch of compartments as well, and then of course it's lined with this fun leopard print. So I think this is a great travel bag, everyday bag, and if you're just looking for something to hold a bunch of stuff, you can use it as a very nicely made pouch. And then lastly, I have a few things for my beauty lovers that I want to recommend. Like I mentioned earlier, I was introduced to the Bag Smart line because of this guy. This is the toiletry bag that I swear by, goes with me on every trip. It opens up into 4 compartments and hangs on a hook, and I always have it somewhat packed and ready to go. Comes in lots of other colors besides this pink. I also love my travel brush holder. It keeps everything nice and contained. It's not mesh on the top like a lot of travel brush holders are, and the mesh ones will let whatever's on your brushes, especially if it's powder, get all over your clothes or whatever you've packed this with. So I like that this is completely contained. And then once the brushes are in here and you get to your destination, you fold this top down. I know you can't see. Here you go. And now it is a brush holder that sits flat on any kind of horizontal surface. And speaking of makeup, this is my new favorite makeup bag. I love the bright color, obviously. You can get this on Amazon. You can also find this at Nordstrom. And then it opens up kind of almost flat, so you can see all the stuff that's inside it. And it has pockets on the one side. It has a big zipper pocket on this side. I can store all the things, and you can throw this whole thing in the washing machine. So I love this. I've recently really gotten into fragrance, but I'm not gonna haul my very expensive, very large, bulky fragrances with me. So I just ordered this new set of atomizers, and what I love about these is you just take your bottle that you have at home, pop the little top off, And then there's a hole on the bottom. You just position it over it, and then you pump it up and down, and it puts the fragrance right in here. If you're wondering, that's Tom Ford Lost Cherry, my current absolute favorite. So it's a very nice, safe way to travel with your favorite fragrances. This comes in a set, I think, of 3 or 4, so you can bring a variety of scents with you if you feel like it. And then newest to me, I'm always on the hunt for the perfect travel makeup mirror, and I've recommended a few over the years, and I stand by them, but this is a much more budget-friendly option, and I think it's a little more travel-friendly even than my Ricky Loves Ricky skinny mirror, and that is this guy. So it comes in a little bag, and I'll share what this is in a minute. It's so flat, it's so compact. Obviously you have to charge it, but look at this. Look at the size of this mirror. You just hinge it over like this, it lights up. I haven't charged this, so take my word for it. It lights up, the light goes all the way around, so that's great. You can easily see yourself. I chose the larger size. It also comes in a 5x7, but it also comes with this stick-on 10x mirror, which if you missed my beauty essentials for all women over 40, you need a lighted makeup mirror with a magnifying mirror so you can see all the things. 10x. Sees things that you don't want to see, but you need to see. So on that note, I'm gonna go. I hope that you found this useful, educational, maybe a little bit entertaining. Please do check out the whole list of products down below, and I will also add my travel playlist, which has tons of videos with hints and tips and some tricks. Let me know if there's anything else you'd like to know about traveling. I'll do my best to answer your questions. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one.